It's your favorite time again, you and I. Doom scrolling Twitteroonies. We have the FOMC coming out, friends. We have President Pump, President Winnie the Pooh. We have gold, which is definitely 10% off its highs. So hopefully, UpTober is nice to us. First up, the not real Royson Heart. If Ethereum ever actually gets actual adoption, it will be impossible to use. Pro tip, when they say you won't even notice you're using it, that's code for you're not actually using it. For Ethereum to scale, it will need PulseChain or get replaced. It's up to them. Where are my red candles going? So this might be a AI-generated picture of Royson Heart, maybe. Or it might be building up into something which turns out to be really him. These are just those anonymous accounts coming. I don't know why these accounts are being done, friends, but I'll just give you some ideas. It could be shakeout weekends, PDI. It could be that. It could also be trying to basically just diffuse and dilute anyone who thinks they have any informational edge so no one knows what's going on. Because that's how you get people to get out of stuff. Even PulseChain core coins, right? It could be them, casting doubt. That's what it is. Fear, uncertainty, doubt, right? So with PDI, we got the fear part, right? Then remember the FUD, F-U-D, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. There's like extreme amounts of fear. More so with the PulseChain core coins, we don't feel like fear anymore, but he does cast a lot of uncertainty and doubt in terms of things. And remember, you just got to take a hard look at the world where you are in control, you're the commander, and you just got to observe, how do you control a large group of people when you just want strong people to be there, or you're just trying to prepare everyone for greatness? Do you want sharks to have a lot of the big supply? But also, I know it's easy to complain, friends, as well, but Ethereum is still below 5,000. The PMI is still crap, I'm going to even show you a chart again, which I've made. I'll paste it for you a few times. And I'll just show it to you for you now, friends. So I've got the nice labels here. So we've got the US Fed balance sheet. That's that pink line. And as it went up, this was at the end of 2019. And then OTHERS-btc starts going up. We have a zombie virus here. They print a lot of money and we continue up. Okay. This is DeFi alt season peak wave 1. DeFi season here goes all the way down. And then we go up alt season wave 1, alt season wave 2. We have just been going down, 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 down. All of this has been poop. So if we do go up from here, it seems like, okay, maybe the balance sheet of the US Fed's going to help it, okay, which we hope it does. The thing is, though, I checked back in 2017 cycle, and this wasn't the case. I think in 2017 cycle, see, friends, look at this. Look, I'll just show you right now. Look at this. In 2017, we were just mooning, and the balance sheet was like, friends, the balance sheet was just staying still. So I think this is extremely important to pay attention to this. So just so we repeat. So in last cycle, the world economy was very weak. We had rates at 0. When they started printing rates, OTHERS-btc went up, okay? In our cycle, though, when the US Fed's balance sheet went sideways, so in our one, okay, our one's been going down. In the 2017 cycle, which Donald Trump was president here, and China was also printing money like they are now. The thing is, look, we were able to go up, but I guess what we actually had was they keep contracting their balance sheet, QT, right? And that was actually what sent us down to the bear market into here. Okay, we have not had everything go sideways. So what we might find is the Fed just keeps the balance sheet sideways, and this thing goes up. OTHERS-btc, I guess. Maybe now we've kind of like learned, not that we can do anything about it, but when the US Fed, if they're doing QT, their balance sheet is shrinking, I guess altcoins impossible to go up, But now this is what's going to happen, friends, because a lot of the people who now see this, they're still not going to touch altcoins. Why? Because they want to see the US Fed actually going up. They want to see the US balance sheet increasing, which means more printing money in it, right? And them doing the cheat code, the printing. But what we've seen in 2014 to 2017, this is the biggest alt season of all time, friends. Alt season wave 1, alt season wave 2. This is enormous move here. This is where Ethereum does 1,000x and XRP does 600x. In this area, the balance sheet didn't go up at all. It just stayed sideways. So that might be the next challenge. What's going to happen? People want the US Fed to do QE, do balance sheet so they can get long, but maybe we just go up first. And then when they finally go up, we actually do the explosion, okay? And the thing is, man, that takes a long time as well. You know, so it's not, it doesn't mean we end soon. But, you know, whatever. We'll see. Here you have a postie from Liquidity Indicator. How do I apply to be a PulseChain Cabal member to get insider info on things like XGAME? So XGAME was the Firewhale coin, which I'll just show. There's been a lot of controversy about it. I haven't been paying attention to any of these, man. It's just, you know, everything's the same shit. Everything pumps, everything dumps, in and out. People rotate around. So what happened was, I think there was a big announcement of it, and then immediately, apparently, so this is what I've just seen off Twitter, okay? A lot of the people who were saying, now everything's just getting started. Some enormous dumps started happening, down 69%. That's what everyone's showing on Twitter, all these time and sales. But, you know, look, man, if you step into this game, you sign up for this. This is the risk. This is it. Okay, so don't bet more than you can afford to lose when it comes to that. And, like, we've seen this 500,000 times. You know, that's why, friends, like, you know, you just got to be aware, man. Everyone knows it's PvP, right? Everyone it doesn't matter what a coin does or an application does or whatever. You know, man, it's all PvP. You need new people coming in, right? You need new people coming in. If you don't have heaps of new people coming in, guess what, man? Everything you see around you is pretty much the market pricing in their valuations. That's why it becomes more aggressive. Here we have Mr. Royson Heart, here to give you the final bottom signal for PulseChain and PDI.
What's up, guys?
Here we have Mr. Royson Heart out here driving. It's nighttime. It's cold. It's got his nice flannel jacket. That's awesome to see. Hopefully, we are bottom signals. We've been doing these many, many times. Here we have ChooseRich Nick, I'm the best dressed on X. Total fit, $30,000. Burberry hat. Triple Labubus. Where's a triple Labubu? Oh, it's got Labubus there. Cartier ring. AMI shorts. Crooks and Castle shoes. Gallery shirt. Cool. Just to let you know, guys, I'm actually disappointed with a lot of you. You still can't figure out he's joking. You still can't figure it out. Come on, guys. Come on. I know 99% of you baby dolls, you understand, dude. It's just a character in a game, dude. It's just like, you know, a character piece. He's joking, man. He's joking. He's taking the piss out of everyone. It's just Richard Hart outrage marketing stuff out here. It's just literally, and there's so many normies come out and they like get really tilted. They're like, they just can't take it, man. Oh God. Like even people on LinkedIn are writing essays about it. LinkedIn, they're writing, oh, I don't agree with this. There's more to like, oh man, like just, you know, God bless you, you know, just to really think your opinion matters that much in the world for you to just go out and just, you can't, like you're getting trolled, bro. This is why crypto, 1 second, I want to torch and nuke everybody. The next minute, I want to hug everyone, you know? I want to hug everyone. We'll have orange juice together. Maybe we'll eat some barbecued marshmallows. Almost said mushrooms there. We'll eat some barbecue. Hey, why not both? Why not both? Throw them in too. So, you know, because we get it, man. We get it. Like, you know, it's kind of, remember, friends, most of like Zoomers, most of society is becoming black-pilled on stuff because, you know, inflation's bad. Purchasing power is destroyed. You have the Epstein Island. You've got the ice cream cabal controlling US America. Everyone's just being fed all the negativity and fear. So everyone's black-pilled, which is like, life's a scam. That's what they just have this conclusion. A lot of people have that view. But in crypto, we're like, no. Let's finish the sentence, bro. In crypto, life's a scam. So let's have some fun. That's what we say. Okay? So, hey, let's have a bit of a punt, take some risks, do some stuff, say some stuff. That's the spirit of crypto. Okay? The bleeding edge. Here we have Richard Hart. Layer 1s are much better than layer 2s. So he's posted all the layer 1 chains showing that they're down heaps, you know, like down 70, 80, 90%. That's Arbitrum, that's Optimism, that is Linear, and then that is Starknet. As you get to see, friends, everything's like that, right? And they really all try with all the tech. But it's just there's no new people coming in. We need the business cycle to go higher. We need people to feel more confident about the future. They are not. Okay, turned salty. He's not giving you trading advice. He's telling you the laws of gravity. You're out here arguing over candles while the man is teaching tectonics. PulseChain isn't trying to go up. PulseChain is trying to become the ground that everything stands on. That's wonderful. I hope we do get that. Here we have cold-blooded Schiller. Kind of crazy that Litecoin has been stuck in the same range for 3 years. Whoa, man, that's wild. Gosh, that's going to be one hell of a massive monster long. Monster long. If Litecoin fans, I guess the monster long would be buying Litecoin when it next hits 120. Okay, and then that will be leverage on that. But then, well, what are you going to get out? Its highest close up there is 200. You know? So, you know, it's cool. Cool to see these candles, whatever. I reported this for you earlier, right? Western Union says, the CEO says, we looked at most of the other alternatives. We came to the conclusion Soylana blockchain was the right choice for us. They're going to be using Soylana blockchain to send stable coins out around there in the world. Here we have CoinSkid. The sentiment is low, but the data suggests the market is about to blow. In the Bitcoin dominance chart, we've only ever seen 2 red sell dots on this ribbon. So it might be just some sort of moving average ribbon. 2 dots. Yeah, cool. Remember, Bitcoin dominance, friends, is still trading below the monthly candle, the 10-period moving average, which is very, very unique out here. And whenever I speak about the Bitcoin dominance and that 10-period moving average, that's Uncle Bobby's, what his cute little indicator is. Kind of funny. Uncle Bobby asked this random question. I need a new fantasy RPG for PlayStation. Recommendations? I mean, this totally blew me out of the water. I did not think Uncle Bobby would be asking that question. I said, but if you play RPGs, friends, he goes, something that will take me 2 months to complete. I'm not that active. And I said Xenogears. For sure, Xenogears. Like, not even... Like, I'm sure he's played Final Fantasy. Of course, Final Fantasy. But, yeah, friends, I played for you Xenogears music out here. Like, right here, we got the sleepy sleep music. Nice and gentle. And also the town music. It's really good. So, why is this game very, very special? It's got, like, a cult following. It's got a very, very strong cult following. Because... I mean, this game, I'm not joking, this game was literally 100 years ahead of its time. This game is literally, when I was a kid, I had no idea what the hell was going on. Running around, batting enemies, I had no idea. Until years later, I come and replay it. I'm like, what the hell? So, this is crazy. A lot of like the UFO lore, ancient human myths about, you know, recircle of life and ancient religion and stuff out here. Like, somehow, I don't know how these freaks from Japan crammed all of this ancient human knowledge into a freaking game. This is like in 1998, man. How the hell did they know all this? Like, they're reading books and, oh man, it's wild. So, it gets even more wild. I don't want to spoil anything in case anyone's going to play it, but it's got some like deep psychological stuff. There's like a twist in the game. There's fractured personalities in the game. And this is what's wild. In the game and in the beginning, okay, I'm not sure I can even show you. In the game, there's like this spaceship, right? So you're playing the game, you see this in the intro, and I don't know what the hell is going on. So you just see this clip and they just never talk about it in the middle of the game. But like, this is wild, right? You know Atlas? 3i Atlas, friends? Atlas 3i. You know that UFO ship that's literally out in our solar system that just stopped, that's heading towards us? Yeah, Xenogears has that in the game. That's what it is. And they look like humans. Now, this is why it's wild. The aliens in the Xenogears, you don't know they're aliens. You just think they're like us from Earth. But it turns out they've come and they've seeded Earth. So in the game, they just look like humans. And I remember when I started to learn, I go, that's a bit lame. They just look like humans. You go read about all the UFO stuff, all these the Nordics. Even if you watch Area 52, friends, a guy named Peter Curie, like insanely detailed stories about they got the DNA strand hair. He was abducted, right? Forced to make love to one of these big Nordic aliens, and yeah, actually have a hair strand, and the strand of the alien's hair, it's like this. It's white. It's like see-through, translucent, and it doesn't have any DNA structure that's found on Earth. It's mixed with Chinese and Peru. It's like this really, really weird mix, like very, very extremely super rare DNA hair strand. I just found it so weird. That's why when I was learning about this UFO stuff, I was like, wait a minute. This sounds like the Xenogears story. So I don't know what the hell. Maybe they just channeled something out here. That's why I told Uncle Bobby to watch it or to play the game out here. But kind of sad something about the game as well. In the second disc, right, they ran out of funds. So they kind of have to like cut it off at the end. That's why it's got like one of these really strong cult fiction stuff. But yeah, maybe the bear market will come and you can finally finish it. Okay, here's Loukas. It's embarrassing to hold XRP in 2025.
It is so over for XRP, guys.
So Western Union fans, it's because of Western Union. It's just a meme. Like XRP army and the adoption or this utility in the bank, it's not going to stop the community from holding. They're not going to move to something else. They'll just make another story. They just make another story. Friends, like, I know everyone laughs. They go, oh, just make another narrative. Do you know literally every single citizen of most nations on earth are in the exact same trap? Like, look at America. Every 4 years there's a new president. Don't worry, I'm going to fix all your problems. Yay! 4 years later, don't worry about that guy. I'm going to fix all your problems. Yay! Every 4 years, spinning your wheels. Every 4 years. See, friends, because I'm here 18 hours a day, I can link this stuff and just say, hey, man, you can't judge. You can't judge a bunch of people on the internet holding a Ponzi token. Dude, you got countries around the world with millions, billions of citizens who have been told, don't worry, man, it's totally going to get better. Binance founder CZ is going to file a defamation lawsuit against anti-crypto US Senator Elizabeth Warren if she does not retract her false statements. So, you know, just a reminder of the past and all this anti-crypto administration stuff. I think they can all go suck a fat one. Today I watched, this is Soylana founder Anatoly, completely violate a project that paid $40,000 for 20 minutes of his time. Whoa, what the hell? Down 93%? Jeez. Wow, they said it. He said...
This work. There's nothing new here.
He goes, I think your thing is just a useless fork. Wow. Oh, well. I don't even know what to say to that. I guess he was paid $20,000 to speak, and then he goes, well, you gave me money. Here's my honest opinion. You useless fork in your trash. Oopsies. Welcome to crypto. Here is Carbon. Here you go, jackass. Now let's see your P&L for the same time period. Plus 9,250%. I guess he's showing the sideways Bitcoin range here and replying to show us your P&L instead of making people feel bad about themselves when 90% of the posts here are labs. Yeah, man. A lot of crypto Twitter and YouTube. Not only do you have the problem of fake P&L screenshots, yeah, but you know, you've got like Crypto. Cryptos is real, friends. But Crypto Chris is real, but he's got like one trade. Yeah, he's made like what 30 million of it. But also, you got to remember, a lot of his Bitcoin that he made was from the signups in 2019, 2020, 2021. So Carl the Moon reportedly had made $100 million in a month. That's what they said. Yeah, and it was paid out in Bitcoin. This is insane. But I don't know if, because Carl, he's a bit of a LARPer, so he might have told somebody he made $100 million per month, but really he made 100 Bitcoin, and in his mind, he's valuing them in his mind at $1 million. But yeah, that's also why, friends, you see a lot of the big KOLs, you see how they keep pushing you buy it. Why? Because they all heard how much Carl the Moon made back in 2021. And they're like, whoa, there's that much money to be made on these exchanges. That's why they keep doing it. Now, here's the thing. I can't, in good conscience, and you know what, friends? I'm nowhere near perfect, okay? There's thousands of things wrong with me, okay? You can't question my posture, my pointy elbows, or my fluffy slippers, okay? There's plenty of things, okay? I am just a mortal man. Some say squirrel, okay? Mortal man, squirrel. I can't, personally, I can't go to sleep at night if I'm speaking to thousands and thousands of people telling you to come sign up to this shit. To this literally casino to your death. When we know the stats. They know the stats. 1% of people win. That's it. The only way it could work is it's a filtered buy-in thing. Filtered buy-in, but guess what? You got to cap it. Otherwise, you just got a bunch of people yelling for signals, and that's not trading. You know what I mean? Like you need to be able to find the stuff yourself. So you need to have like a small group, and then if you have a small group, you're not going to charge them because everyone's yelling out there giving edge. Do you know what I mean? So you have 5 to 10 people max, and that's it. Right, then you have like a group and people can call stuff like, hey, did you see this coin's breaking a level? That's it. This whole massive casino stuff out here, friends, is literally sending people to their deaths. I'm not even exaggerating. It literally is. It's 1% win rate. We know they know all the stats. Right, look what the exchange Cabal did, by the way. Kind of funny. Oh, you're going to wake up one day and everything's been liquidated. It literally happened, bro. We actually have a date for it now. We had our Black Swan, October the 10th. We literally, in 5 minutes, boop, that's it. See you later. 70%. Thank you for your money. Here's a little $6 rebate. Maybe get yourself some KFC buckets. Goodbye. Like, it actually happened, man. Here we have Pedro from PulseChain Community. Pulse Wars Episode 2. XGAME dumps 60% after doing 1700X. Fire Whale goes Goblin mode on Axis. I don't know what that means. I don't know what goes Goblin Whale. I don't know. Maybe he... I think some of it... Like, friends, I don't want to repeat stuff because I can't be bothered, okay? But... everything that's happening, I warned him about it a year and a half ago. What did he do? Block me. So I'm like, whatever, I don't care. Everything I said would happen right now is happening, okay? The guy's clearly getting used. We can all see it. But that's the thing, man. Like, I will never, ever say to someone, you know, for example, me, oh, you don't have as much money as me, therefore your opinion means zero. I just don't think like that. You know, but I can't help but one. I'm not saying he said that, but I just can't help but think we're a bit guilty of that in that department if we let these things happen to ourselves. So I don't know. I don't know who's in the group. I don't know what's going on. Everyone can just see this common pattern. Coin comes, there's yelling, and then people falsely, they think he's dumping. Then people just go, I'm just scrolling screenshots, you know, I'm hanging a wee, maybe eating some chocolate cake, and I'm just scrolling and like, everyone's like, oh, it's not actually him dumping, it's this guy and that guy and that guy. And I'm like, well, you know, everyone checks like, hey, who gave him the coins? And I'm just like, man, how many times have I got to go through this, dude? Like, it's just, oh, man, you know, I don't know. Maybe just people got to hit rock bottom themselves, you know. Personally, friends, like, I've been backstabbed a few times in my life. You never forget it. You never forget it. Okay? There's no chances. There's no second chances. Nope. Everyone's different, though. Peter Brandt. So Peter Brandt, friends, just to let you know, I know we dunk on him all the time on Twitter, but he's actually one of the market wizards interviewed by Jack Schwager, like one of the greats. But I just don't know how he's so great. But like, bro, he's actually trash. Like, you have not... But I can't just say trash. It's just, you know, it's like saying Warren Buffett's trash because he hasn't been useful for the past 20 years. He has no idea how the tech stuff works. So I can't say that. It's just, it's a different time now. Everything's clearly adapted. It's just, everything's just different, right? It's different time and that's it, you know? So, but you don't need to be amazing for the rest of your life. You just got to bink it once. Uncle Peter Brandt, most highly recommend that those bullish on a certain crypto starting with the letter B need to understand if and when this pattern is either confirmed or negated. So he's talking about Bitcoin. Oh my gosh, don't tell me this is... Oh my gosh, he's bringing out... Friends, you see this 1929? He's talking about the 1929 Great Depression. Come on, Uncle Peter Brandt. How many times are you going to do this for Bitcoin, bro? Oh, 1929 Great... In 1929, we were on a gold money, hard money standard. Do you understand? When the market went down, they could not print money. They were limited by how much gold was in the vaults. We are no longer in that world, my friend. We are on a soft money standard. The US dollar redoonies, they print the crap out of the currency to get the nominal pricing up. It is a hidden tax on the inflation of the middle class. They don't know what's going on, but I guess they're happy to pay that 5 or 10% inflation tax for 1 or 2 years, because if they don't, everything spirals and then you get 14% unemployment rate. You get the soup line out the door. Everyone's poor. Everyone gets a great reset and you damage a generation to invest for 15 years. That's exactly what happened after 1929. Okay, we don't live in that world now. They go down, they increase the money printing. I can already prove it to you many times. You've already seen it on the M2SL chart, friends, which I show you all the time here. What happened in the zombie virus, friends? Did the US government say, okay, you're all going to have to go bankrupt 2 years later? No, they didn't. They said, I know what we'll do. We'll print 40% of the money supply in 1 year. Why can I see it and they can't? I'll tell you why. Once you just hit a certain age, friends, you just don't want to learn stuff. That's it. They just don't care. Maybe they just got enough money. They like that stuff. They just don't want to learn stuff. Anybody who references 1929 or anybody who uses a linear chart that goes back 80 years, do yourself a favor, unfollow, unsubscribe, ignore them. They don't know what the hell they're talking about, okay? Comparing the US money supply from 1930 to now, literally, friends, it's literally one of the most, it's not even negative IQ. It is mid IQ. You are such a mid curve, okay, to do that comparison. It makes absolutely no sense, okay? And that's why whenever they show those big linear charts of everything going up, it always looks like it's about to explode because they just stop at it every time. But that same linear chart looked huge 10 years ago, 13 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. If you keep just showing that chart, it always looks like it's going to explode, isn't it? And pop off, but it never does. Here you have the fake Richard Heart account. Hey, genius, do you want PDI to go up? How do you incentivize people to bridge in ERC20s and pair them if they got for free on PulseChain? Value doesn't appear out of thin air. Liquidity incentive to do that. Or is this too boring for you? Inc. And then another Richard account puts Conman. So he's tagging Inc. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Here you have Robin Nakamoto. Who the F is selling Bitcoin? Gary Cardone. Ha ha ha. And they zoomed in on that. Well, you know what to do, friends. Pray for green. Like, subscribe. Catch you soon.